These days, text, email, and phone, everything is in the palm of your hand. When you're driving, everything can change in the blink of an eye. It takes an average of 4.6 seconds for a driver to divert his eyes from the road to read or send a typical text. During that time, a car going 55 miles per hour would travel the length of a football field. In Tennessee, 10.6% of all fatal crashes in 2011 involved a driver on a cell phone.
It's that tool that's always on your person that you feel lost without, and you feel it absolutely necessary to answer or read whenever there's that ding or that buzz. This act of distracted driving has devastating effects. One little drift over into a lane is going to cause just a massive accident on the interstate. You know, not only you, but probably several other vehicles that are all around you. You know, I wish I had some catchy catchphrase, you know, like, you know, be responsible. But, you know, those things, they don't work for drunk drivers, and they're not going to work for those that aren't, that they're, you know, that they've got this phone that's on them that they feel absolutely nothing is wrong with getting behind the wheel of a car and utilizing that phone.
Among drivers ages 15 to 19 involved in fatal crashes, 1 in 5 were using a cell phone. To combat texting while driving in Nashville, Sergeant Bob Sheffield leads a monthly class for teenagers about the dangers of distracted driving, which includes horror story videos about young people who died or were maimed or suffered brain damage because of texting while driving. A driver distracted by his or her phone is 23 times more likely to be involved in a crash than a driver not distracted by a phone. As the main trauma center for the region, Vanderbilt sees the area's toughest cases. 75% of those injuries are caused by car wrecks. Many involve distracted drivers, and for a growing number, texting is a factor.
It's really tough because it's addicting. Texting is addicting. It's the way of the world. It's how everybody communicates right now, but we have to be really smart on how we use that technology and when we use it. And seeing some of these teenagers up here on ventilators, critically ill, that's an eye-opener.
Statistics show that young adults text the most. Americans between the ages of 18 and 24 send and receive an average of 109.5 text messages a day. The most powerful weapon in the war on texting while driving isn't law enforcement. It's special messaging that appeals to emotions. It's convincing people to change their behavior. 26% of all teen drivers respond to a text message at least once every time they get behind the wheel. The goal is to get young people's attention. The death and carnage depicted in TV ads and on billboards make a clear emotional appeal and persuade young people to not use their cell phones when driving.
I mean, you don't realize how many people die a day like this happen. It's really routine, so it could be me one day, I don't know.